for 10 years.
Okay.
So yeah, now I have to learn clinical essays.
Okay. So you want to choose SaaS as a career. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine, Manasa. Good.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, Balaji. Yes, Balaji.
Good morning, all. My name is Balaji. I am coming from Andhra Pradesh in Srikakulam district. I graduated in BSc Statistics.
Okay.
I worked from before some company on there in LPG company.
Okay.
That company is quit and I interested to SaaS program, so that's why I will come.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Fine. Okay. Okay, got it, Balaji. Thank you. Kishan?
Hello, everyone. My name is Kishan. I'm a civil engineer. Currently, I'm in Canada, and a friend of Vandit, me, Vandit, and my another friend, we decided to study SaaS because my wife, she's also from IT department.
Okay.
So that's the reason I'm here.
So you want to shift your career to the SaaS, some civil
Yes.
to.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Fine. Nice. Good decision. All the best. Yeah.
Thank you.
Vandit. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Kishan. Yes, Vandit.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vandit. I'm from Canada as well. My wife works with SaaS. I'm basically a mechanical engineer, but want to shift my career towards more SaaS side, especially dealing with data and statistical analysis, and that's why I'm here.
Okay, already you're dealing with some data and all in your current profile.
No, I'm mechanical engineer. I'm like a project manager, so nothing
Okay.
related to that.
Okay, you're not related to the clinical industry itself. You're completely different industry. You want to be in the industry itself.
Yes.
Okay, fine, got it, Vandit. Okay, Manasa Patel. Yes, Manasa Patel. Can you hear me? Manasa?
Hi, sir. I'm Manasa. I'm not Manasa Patel.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
You already gave introduction, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
I think it's Ramya Patel, correct? Wrongly saved.
Yeah, that's okay. If it's Ramya, then that's me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah, hey everyone. Yeah, my name is Ramya. I'm from Toronto, and I work as a pricing analyst. I'm just trying to explore something new here, and kind of looking forward to it.
Okay, so you're working in which profile now?
Pricing analyst.
Project analyst. Okay. Fine. Okay, thank you. So next. Mehboob.
Good morning, one and all. This is Mehboob Subhani Sayyed. I have been working as a AM for a small pharmaceutical company.
Okay.
I'm thinking to be shift my career to the IT sector, especially in clinical trials. That's why I have been going through this SaaS program.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Good. Thank you, Mehboob. Okay. Next is the Vinod. Yes, Vinod.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Vinod. I am from Bangalore. I completed Doctor of Pharmacy. So recently, I quit my job. So I recently I decided to move SaaS.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Thank you. Shravani.
Hi everyone, this is Shravani. So actually I have completed my undergraduation in Bachelor of Pharmacy
Okay.
and I'm from Hyderabad.
Okay.
Literally, like I just want to shift my interest towards the IT sector and especially in the pharma companies. So I would like love to choose the SaaS and clinical pharma. So that's the reason I'm over here to join in the group to learn more about SaaS and do the training. That's all about me. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Ram, did you join the Ram?
Yeah, hi, I have joined. Hi everyone, good morning.
Yes, Ram.
Yeah, I'm audible.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
audible.
Yeah, I have completed my education in 2016 in a pharma day, and I was working in a non-IT sector as a clinical associate. Now my interest toward the clinical class, that's the reason I'm here. Thank you.
Okay. Fine, Ram. Thank you. Thanks for your introduction. Okay. So, Amshi, from your end, only you and Shravani.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, Sudarshan. Yes.
Oh, fine. Okay, let me introduce myself also. Okay, some people are aware. No, they at least don't know. So myself, Sudarshan. I have 13 years of experience in the SaaS field. From last 4 to 5 years, I'm training the students. I'm currently also working. I'm working in one of the MNC companies in Hyderabad. In free time, I used to train the students. So, yeah, it's about my little introduction. So don't waste time. We'll start. So some people may attended my demo sections. Some people are gone through the YouTube maybe. Some people may attended this demo section. So what I will do, instead of completely going the demo, so I'll give some introduction about the SaaS, then it slowly will enter into the chapters. Okay. So first I want to know from you guys, what you are aware about SaaS? Just tell me what you know about SaaS.
So SaaS is nothing but a statistical analysis software. Hello?
Okay.
Which is related to the, that means analyzing a data.
Okay.
Executing a data in nothing but creating a data in a sequential manner. That is a proper data. Hello?
Looks like he's gone.
Okay. Sorry guys. Zoom got disconnected now, so I'm connected back. Now you will able to hear me, right, everyone?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Fine, thank you. Yes, Mahbub, you are telling something about SaaS. Yes, SaaS is a statistical analysis tool. Yeah, please go ahead. Can you continue?
Sorry, SaaS is a statistical analysis tool or a system or software.
Okay.
It will related to the data analyzing, sir. Whatever the data we are getting, we are nothing but a smooth. We are making the data in a proper way.
Okay.
Like
you are going to working on a data.
Sharing. Sir?
Yeah. Yes, go ahead. Understand.
Nothing but sharing the data and making into a sequential and a proper way that everyone can understand what is the study has been gone, and what are the side effects and what are the other things that have been faced by the patient like that with using a special programming language.
Okay.
You got it, sir?
Got it. Okay, understand your point of view. So your point of view is like SAS is for okay. If any data is there, data is for cleaning and make it in a particular shape to make you understand the others. Okay. Okay, fine. I understand your point of view. Anyone and any points? What you know about SAS?
So I just want to say one point. Actually, I really have no idea like what the SAS is, but I just gone through some of the information given by Vamshidhar. So I just got a conclusion that SAS is something like converting the theoretical information into a computer language, so that this information can be processed from one area to the next level. So this is what all the conclusion I got. That's it.
Okay, fine. Fine, Shravani, I understood your point of view. Okay. Any more points, anyone? Okay, fine. So, as everyone mentioned, yes, so it is correct. SAS is a statistical analysis system or a software. Statistical analysis system or software. Okay, this tool was developed in 1960 using in a Carolian University. That's fine. Everyone knows 1960 it was developed. But why they developed the tool? Why? What is that much requirement came to develop a tool? If something, any requirement came only, they could have developed the tool. Agree? Why they developed the tool? Anyone have idea? What is that much requirement came? Let me tell you practically. Okay. Everyone knows Excel?
Yes.
What are the things we can do it on Excel? Can you tell me? What are the things we can do it on Excel?
Compilation of data.
Compilation of the data. Okay. Can you more simpler way? Can you tell me? Can I tell in a simpler way? See, I can add some data like this. I can add some data. I can add some data. I can delete some data. I can sort the data. I can do all the arithmetical calculations. I can add, I can subtract, I can do the divisions, whatever, all the statistics, all the analysis I can do. So I can add the data simply, I can delete the data, I can sort the data, I can do all the mathematical operations on a SAS, on a Excel. Everyone knows these things, correct? Okay. Now come to real-time scenario. For example, you are working for one bank. Let us assume you are working for an ICICI bank. Well-known bank, everyone? Okay. Now this bank, for example, how many customers they could have in one country? For example, in India, how many customers they could have? 100 crores of country. If you take 10% also, how much easily? If you take 1% also at least. Easily 10 lakhs customers they could have. Okay. 10 lakhs customers they have. Now these 10 lakhs customers, if they did one or two transactions, one or two transactions in a one day, if they're doing one or two transactions in a one day, how many transactions information you would have get? How much transaction data, how much transaction information you will get? Averagely 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs of transactions information you will get in a 1 day only. In a 1 day itself, you will get around 10 lakhs of transaction information. In a 1 week, so in 1 week, how much data you're going to get? 1 week means 7 days. How much transactions? How many transactions you are going to get?
70 lakhs.
Around 70 lakhs of transactions. In 1 month, in
21
1
lakh.
month,
21 lakh.
1 month around 30 days, right? 30 days means
Yeah.
some 3 crores. 300 lakhs, around 3 millions, let us assume. Now, why I was asking this? Because I want to place these transactions, at least 1 week transactions, in one place. I need all the 70 lakhs of transactions information in one place. Why? Because here my requirement is, so your bank gave a requirement saying that generally everyone will do the transactions, right? In those, which one is a fraud transaction or any illegal transaction, if anyone is doing, I need to find out that one. In a daily, averagely around 10 lakhs transactions are happening. In those transactions, which is illegal transaction, which is a fraud transaction, so you need to find out. How can I find out? When all the transaction information is in one place, so I can filter out which are good transactions, which are bad transactions. When it is possible, when all the transactions are in one place. Can I able to place all the transaction information in one Excel? Is it possible? Did you check in a one Excel, how many transactions you did it? So how much information you can say in any Excel? Did any time check? See here. Maximum 10 lakhs 48,576. This is an advanced Excel. So in this Excel, in one sheet, you cannot place more than this. Maximum 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs 48,000. More than that, you cannot place. But here, in a 1 week itself, I have around 70 lakhs of transactions itself. I want to place all these transactions in one sheet or in one place. I can't even place that many transactions in Excel. Then how can I work? How can I filter out which are good transactions, which are bad transactions? For example, if I place all the transactions are in one place, I can filter, okay. For example, if the transactions are within the 10,000 rupees, okay, those are good transactions. If the transactions are within the banks, okay, those also within good transaction. I can filter out. I can write a multiple filters, and I can filter out which are good, which are bad. When it is possible, when all the transactions are in one place, but you can't even place those many transactions in one Excel, then how can I use an Excel? Then where can I place? So that time, so this SAS tool is help them. The SAS tool, see, you can place those many transactions in the form of data set. See, this is called data set. This is also looks like an Excel only, right? Did you observe? It also looks like an Excel. It is also have a rows and columns. So these are columns and these are rows. Correct? These are the rows. These are the columns. Make, model, type. These are the rows. Columns. These are the rows. So here you can place millions of transaction information in the form of data set. Not only lakhs, even billions of transactions you can place only in one data set only. Here in the data set, you can do all the type of things. Whatever you did it in the Excel, same. You can sort the data, you can delete the data, you can delete the data, you can add the data, you can sort it, you can do all the arithmetic calculations. You can filter out the data, whatever you want, but you cannot work directly on the data set only. For example, if you want to filter something here, you cannot filter it directly, or else you cannot delete directly. What you have to do to work on this data set, you have to write a SAS program. You are going to write some SAS program. Okay, you're going to write some program and do whatever you want. Okay, you want to delete something, you'll write some program. Okay, you want to filter something, you write some program. Okay, you want to add some more data. Okay, you have to write some part of program. That's how you have to write some program to work on the data set. But here in Excel, it's not like you have to directly, you can do it manually. But in a SAS tool, not like that. Okay, you have to write some program. Okay, so that's the reason SAS tool came into the picture, to handle the huge amount of data. Why? To handle the huge amount of the data. Huge amount of data. That's the reason SAS tool used to data management. That's called data management. You are handling the huge amount of data here. And using the SAS tool, we can do all the type of arithmetical calculations, all the statistics calculations, we can do it using SAS tool. Okay, all arithmetical and statistical calculations, we can do it. Okay, now everyone understand why they generated the SAS tool, how it will be useful. Clear up to now?
Yep.
Fine. Okay, let's see what is the functionality of SAS tool. How SAS tool going to work? Okay, SAS tool we usually call as a reporting tool. We also call reporting tool. Why we are calling as a reporting tool? The main functionality of SAS, okay, you will get some data. Okay, you write some SAS program. You are going to generate some report. Very simple. You'll get some data, you write some program, you generate a report. So this data is anything. For example, you are working for a banking industry, it's a banking data. You are working for any clinical industry, it's a clinical data. If you're working for insurance project, it's insurance data. If you're working for any financial data, it's a financial data. So you have to take the data as input, you'll write some program, according to their requirement, you generate a report. So this is how the SAS tool will work. You take some data as input, write some program, generate some report, and you give that report to them. Okay. So the SAS tool we are using in different industries. SAS majorly we are using in 5 industries. One is banking. Banking or financial, both are same. Second is clinical. Third is healthcare. Fourth is insurance. Fifth is retail. The retail industry, even in the telecom industry as well. In these major 5 industries we are using. So now I'll tell you how the SaaS tool is going to help in those respective industries. First, we'll see an example. For example, for a banking industry, how in the banking industry, this SaaS tool is helping them. I told you already one of the example here. The SaaS tool is helping them. See, if any fraud transactions are happening, any illegal transactions are happening, they are finding using SaaS tool. So this is called transaction analysis. Let me tell you one more example. How SaaS tool is helping. For example, you are working for a Citibank. In the Citibank, you are working for a credit card department. You are working for a credit card department. Now, you got a requirement saying that in those credit card customers, they have around let us assume there are 10 lakhs credit card customers. In those 10 lakhs credit card customers, who are high risk customers, who are medium risk customers, who are low risk customers. I need a report. Means how much percentage of high risk customers, how much percentage of medium risk customers, how many percentage of low risk customers. I need a report. The Citibank requires a report that way. Now what you have to do as a SaaS programmer, as a SaaS developer, what we can do it using SaaS tool here. We're going to take the credit cards, all the credit card customers data as an input. All your credit card customers data, I'm going to take it as an input. Okay, I'll write some repo, I'll write some SaaS program. Okay, I'm going to generate a report. Now this report will contains, for example, you have high risk customers, around 60% of high risk customers are there. Around medium risk customers, around 20% median, 25% median risk customers are there. Your low risk customers are around 15% low risk customers are there. So like this, you generated a report. How? By taking the all your credit card customer data, you analyze the data. Okay, you wrote some program, now you generate a report. Now you can submit this report. Now by bank will check this report. Okay, they find that okay, we have high number of high risk percent. High risk percentage is high. This is very risk for the bank, right? If you have high risk customers are there, it's very risk for the bank. So what they will do? So they will work accordingly. They'll try to reduce the high risk customer percentage to the low risk customer percentage to the high. They'll work accordingly after checking our reports. Okay. So here how it is working, the functionality will be the same. You are taking some data, you are writing some program, you are generating the report. So this is how, in this way also SaaS tool is helping the bank. So this is called risk management. You are generating the report, right? These are risk reports called risk management. Okay, these are risk management reports. Like this, in a multiple ways, the SaaS tool is helping them to do the transaction analysis, to find any fraud transactions for risk management, that will increase their revenues. Okay, in a multiple ways, the SaaS tool is helping the banking or financial institution. Clear? So this is how that SaaS tool is helping the banking industry. Now come to clinical industry. I think most of you are interested for the clinical. Okay, now let's see. In the clinical industry, how the SaaS tool is helping them. Okay. Clinical industry. So everyone knows these medical companies, right? What the medical companies they will do? They have some R&D, research and development department will be there. What is research and development department? They will develop some drug or a medicine or a vaccine. Agree? They'll develop some drug or a medicine or a vaccine. Once they're done, development was done, what they'll do, they'll start the clinical trials. Everyone aware? We can do the clinical trials in 4 phases. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. Okay, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4. In 4 phases, they'll do the clinical trials. What we are doing in each phase, we'll in detail, we'll discuss in the separate chapter. That is different concept. So we know that. Okay. So medical companies, they have an R&D department. They develop some drug or medicine or vaccine. They'll do the clinical trials in it. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. Okay. Once the clinical trials are done, will they able to release the drug directly into the market? They can't release, right? They can't release this drug, whatever they develop, they can't release directly into the market. What they have to do? These medical companies has to get an approval, from the FDA. What is FDA? FDA, Food and Drug Administration. It is there in USA. So they have to get an approval from the higher authorities. For example, in India, we have DCGI, right? Similarly, in USA, you have FDA. If you go to European countries, they have EMA, European Medical Agencies. European Medical Agencies. Now, these medical companies has to get an approval from these higher authorities. Let's take FDA only. Because most of companies, they definitely have to get an approval from the FDA to release the drug in their country. Most of our projects also from US only. Okay. So to get this approval, what these medical companies has to do? These medical companies has to submit some reports. What are those reports? All these clinical trials information, they has to submit in the form of reports to FDA. This clinical trial information, you have to submit in the form of reports to the FDA. Now, who going to generate these reports? Yes, we are going to generate those reports as a SAS programmer. Okay. So now what you have to do? You have to take this clinical trials information data as an input. You'll write some SAS program. Okay. And you're going to generate a reports. Now those reports only will go to submit FDA. Now these reports are not general reports. These are standard reports. So that's what we are going to call as a HDTM reports, Adams and Taylors. So these are standard reports. Okay. So this is what our work. So here we have to know 2 things. One is to generate report. First, you have to know the programming, right? First, you have to know how to write a program. So that's what we are going to learn. First, base SAS and advanced SAS. First, programming part we are going to learn. That's in the chapter first, base and advanced SAS. First, programming we learn in a 45 days. First 45 days. The next 45 days, you are going to learn base SAS and advanced SAS completely. This programming part you are going to learn. After that, yes, you have to generate some reports, right? So what are those reports? That's what clinical says. So in this clinical says, okay, what are the reports you are going to generate? That's called HDTM, Adams and Taylor. These 3 topics we are going to learn in another 45 days. So that's the reason this course is of total 90 days. Okay, clear, got an idea? The first 45 days we'll run completely about the programming. The next 45 days, what are the reports you need to generate? Those reports we are going to learn. That's why this course is of total 90 days. Okay, clear? Now understand how the SaaS tool is helping in the clinical industry as well, and what we are going to do it in the next 90 days. Okay, clear? Like the similar way, SaaS tool we are using in other industries as well, healthcare, insurance, and retail. For example, you are working for insurance means in insurance data you have to take a input. We'll write some program, we'll generate a report to them. So their reports will be like, for example, multiple people are raised any fraud claims. If anyone raised multiple claims, they raised any fraud claims they raised. To detect those fraud claims, we'll use a SaaS tool. Or else, if you have multiple claims, anyone was there, if you want to approve those multiple claims, that time also we can use a SaaS tool. Like this, in the SaaS tool, we can use in a different industry. If you know the base SaaS and advanced SaaS programming, if you know, you can go for any and you can apply job for any industry. Only for healthcare, only for clinical industry alone, you need additional training was required, because here the reports are standard reports. That's the reason this additional 45 days of training is required. If you know the base as advanced 45 days, this training is enough. You can go and apply any job. Either in banking, financial, insurance, retail, telecom, wherever you have SaaS openings, you can apply. Because you have programming knowledge. But you want to enter into the clinical, additional 45 days. These standard reports also you have to know. Okay. Clear? Any doubts till now? Anyone? Any doubts, anyone?
No, sir, clear.
Others? Balaji, Ramya, Vandit,
No, sir.
Vinod.
No.
Clear till now? You clear all your doubts, okay? Whatever doubts you have in your mind about SaaS training, how it will be next. Whatever you have any doubts in your mind, you can ask now. That's about introduction from my end. It's about the SaaS. Clear? Any questions? Anything? Even is a normal or silly, whatever you have in your mind, you clear it everything today. Anything? Any questions?
What about the certification, sir?
Okay, good. Certification. So I forgot to discuss that point. So SaaS has a global certification. What is the meaning of global certification meaning? So you have to write an exam there. So for SaaS university, you have to apply first. Okay, if you apply, they're going to give you have to pay fees to them. Okay, around $180 will be there. That's for base certification first. Okay, base certification. You have to write an exam. You have to first apply. You have to pay some $180 fees to them. So they'll give a slot for you. And that slot, you have to write an exam. It's an online exam. It's most of multiple choice. Okay. If you write that exam, if you get pass, you'll get a certification. In our training, yes, certification training, certification classes also included. Certification related books I'll give. So our training is more than enough. Okay. My training is not only for about the SaaS certification. It's more about the job oriented training. Okay, how your real-time work will be there, how you're going to survive, how your works will be there in a real time. Okay, so certification is just a small portion actually. For certification, you not require this much of 45 days of training does not required. I'll give some questions, you can go and write. But my training is not more only about certification, it's more about job oriented. Okay, yes, it was included, the training was included for your question. Clear? So certification training was included in my training. Okay. Certification, you have to write by your word, you'll get a certification.
There will
Okay.
be one certificate or any else for basis one
No,
certificate and
base, you have
clinical
base
certificate.
certification, advanced certification. Bases and
Both,
advances.
both we have to do.
See, certification is not mandatory. Okay, especially in India, 90% companies won't have certification. 95% of companies won't have certification. That if you go
Okay.
by some experience, no one will ask. Remaining 5 to 10% may ask. But I can say what I observed it, mostly in US and Canada, they're expecting the certification there. So they're also not 100%, 60-40%. Okay, 60% companies are asking, 40% companies are not asking. So it's an individual interest. If you do the certification, it's an add-on to your resume, add-on point to your resume. Apart from that, but end of the day, for everyone, the technical interview will be the same only. Okay, just to pick your resume, it's an add-on point certification. Okay, clear?
Yeah, it's clear. Yeah, clear.
So you don't worry about the certification. If you complete my training, okay, you practice whatever I'm giving the notes. You can easily clear the answer. Okay. Certification related books, that question and answers, that stuff I'll give. Any more questions? Anything? Fine. No questions? Okay. First day, right? At least I'll start some basic topic today. Okay. Okay. So this is the SAS tool. What I was typing is SAS tool. This SAS tool I'll give to you as well. Okay. Actually, this is 9.2 version. Okay. I have 9.4 as well. I'll give to you 9.4 only for everyone. Okay. 9.2, 9.4. There's no much difference. Everything will be the same. Okay. I'll give the tool to everyone. I'll install your system as well. So what we'll do first? First, we'll understand the tool. So first we'll navigate through tool. What are the things are available in the tool? Navigation of SAS software tool. Okay, so what are the things are available in this tool? Okay. See here. This SAS tool contains majorly 4 windows. One is editor window, second is log window, third is output window, fourth is explorer window. Totally how many windows we have? Majorly 4 windows. One is editor window, okay. Second is log window, third is output window, fourth is explorer window. Okay, so let us discuss about each window in detail. What is editor window will do? Editor window, whatever you are currently typing. Okay, editor window used to write the SAS program. So if you want to write any program, you'll write in editor window only. And also after writing the program, what you have to do? You have to submit your program, or you have to execute your program, or you have to run your program. Run your SAS program. How? Simply you can select your SAS program like this. You can see a run submit button here, the top. You have to click this submit button. Okay. You have to write a program and you have to submit, or you have to execute, or you run the SAS program. So editor window is useful to write the program, and after that you can select your program, you can submit. Next is log window. What is the purpose of log window? Now you submitted the program, right? Whether the program runs successfully or not, the program runs successfully or not, or it consists any errors or warnings, we can check in the log window. Log window used to check whether the SAS program, runs successfully or not, or else it consists any errors or warnings we can check in the log window. Okay, so that's about log window. Then what is an output window? Okay, your SAS program majorly contains two steps. One is data step, another is proc step. One is data step, another is proc step. Using this proc step, if you generate any reports, using the proc step, if we generate any report, we can check in the output window. Okay, if we generate any reports, we can check in output window. Okay. Okay. And these 3 points, I'll conclude with an example. Let's see. In a libraries, I'm taking one data set as an input. For example, there is a SAS help library, class data set is there. So this is my input data set, okay? So this data set has some students information, students name, student sex, age, height, weight. Okay. I'm not explaining the programming here. Just see how the tool, how the windows are working. Okay. Okay. To make sure that point, I'm not explaining the programming here. Just understand how the tools are working. Okay. See the requirement. This is my data set. Some students information here. Now I want to print this data set. See, I'm writing is in editor window. First, I'm writing some program. I'm writing the program proc print data is equal to. So where is my data set is there? Okay, in a SAS help library, there is a class data set is there. Okay, I want to print this data set. So this is my data set name, right? SAS help dot class. Okay, semicolon. That's it. This is my program. So what I did in editor window, first I write the program, the 2 lines of program I write. Then what I have to do? I have to submit this program. How can I submit? Select the program. You can see submit button. You can click this submit button. Okay, done. You are submitted. Now what log window will be useful? You can go and check in the log window. So it will come like this. So which program you are executed and what it is. See, now this program, it doesn't have any warnings and errors. That means this program runs successfully. Okay, if it is not successful, it could have thrown some warnings and errors. Now it's successful. That's the reason not thrown any warnings and errors. So log window, how it will come? It will come like this. What is the program you gave and what steps you are executed? See, there are 19 observations you are reading from the SAS help library class dataset. Procedure print is used. Proc is nothing but procedure. Procedure print is used. So like this information, it will give in the log window. Okay, clear? Now log window is helping to check the program run successfully or not. So it's successful now. Okay. What output window will do? Output window will generate a report. It will print the. Now here you use proc print. So it will print the data set in the output window. See, it printed the same data set which I shown you here. It was printed in the output window. All the students, 19 students information, name, sex, age, height, weight. Okay, clear? So these are the 3 windows are. Clear up to now? All these 3? Clear? Any doubts? Editor window for writing the program, log window to check the program run successfully or not, output window to check your report. Clear? Any doubts? Anything? Any questions?
No, sir.
Fine, everyone? Okay. See the last one, Explorer window. This is Explorer window. This is Explorer window. So Explorer window mainly used to get the data access. Data access, that too, data access to the input data and also stores the output data. What is that meaning? You're working for one project, you're working for one program. You need some input data, right? From where you're going to access that input data? From this Explorer window. After some writing program, you'll get some output. Where you store that output also is stored in the Explorer window. So to accessing your input data and to store your output data, you're going to use Explorer window. So observe this Explorer window, majorly you have 4 icons: libraries, file shortcuts, favorite folder, this computer, this PC. Here, this PC, okay, this PC part, it will connect to your PC, your local C drive, your local E drive, or your desktop, it will connect. So in future, it will be helpful. For example, if you want to, you have some external file is there, any Excel file is there, you want to import that Excel file and you want to create a data set, or else you have some data set, you want to export it as some external Excel file or CSV file or a text file, you can export it. To import or to export, that time this channel, this PC channel is there, right? This channel going to be useful. Okay, in detail, we are going to discuss how this channel will going to be useful, how to import, how to export in separate chapter. We're going to discuss that one. Okay, so this channel is going to be useful for that purpose. Okay, next is very important is libraries. Okay, so this libraries only plays a major role in this Explorer window. Okay, see here. This libraries only plays a major role for accessing your input data, for storing your output data. Okay, these libraries are majorly 2 types: system defined permanent libraries and temporary libraries. Under permanent libraries, you have 2 types of libraries. You have system defined libraries, user defined libraries. Okay, what is system defined libraries? You can see here SAS help, SAS user, maps, all these are system defined libraries. SAS help, SAS user, even this maps also system defined libraries. Why we are calling as a system defined libraries? Because whoever install the SAS tool, either you, either me, or anyone, by default, by system itself is giving these libraries. What it contains? It contains all the sample data sets. So anyone new like you guys, if anyone, any students or anyone want to practice anything, they can use these data sets. They can practice. For them, only they give these data sets. Okay, these are sample data sets. Clear? The SAS self, the SAS user have the sample. Even this maps contains the data sets. Okay, so now understand that what is system defined? The system itself, by default, it will provide these libraries whenever you install the SAS tool. So always it is available in the tool. That's why it's a permanent library. Okay. So SAS self, SAS user, and these are system defined libraries. It contains the sample data sets. Now this data set you can take it as an input and you can practice. You can access these data sets as an input data sets. Okay, so it's a libraries. Libraries is a big word. Very simple way language I'll tell you. Libraries are nothing but a folder in your system. How you have folders? So this is a folder. Okay. In the folder, these are the folder. Libraries are nothing. Let us assume library is one folder. In that folder, you have another folder called SAS like this. So when you install any Windows, you will get some system library, system folders you are going to get. Dell or else any programming files, automatically it will be created. These folders, same way when you install the SAS tool, these folders also created. SAS help, SAS user, maps. Those are system defined libraries, system defined folders. Very easy language. Generally in a system, your folders contain some files. Here your folder contains data sets. That's the only difference. Normally in your local system, how you have folders and the files, here we have a libraries. So this is library, this is the data sets. You can easily relate it, right? That's the reason. Next, what is user defined library? User defined library is nothing but user can create his own library. Similar way, in your local system also, for example, if you want to create your own library, your own folder, you can create. For example, new folder, something. I want to create one folder in my name. Okay, ready. See, I can create my own folder. Let me create in. See, I can create my own folder with my name ready. Similar way, here also I can create my own library with my name or any name. I can create. So that is user-defined library. So why it will be useful, right? For example, you are working for one project. Your team lead, he gave some input data sets. Where you will store? You'll create some library and you can store all your input data sets there. Or else you write some program, you got some outputs. Where you want to store? You want to store in some place? Yes, that time also you can create one library. You can store there. Okay. For example, I can create a library anything. Your name, for example, I can create one library name. Ramya, one library name. So with our names, I can create a library. I can store my data sets there. So that is user-defined library. How to create? I'll tell you later in the next class. How to create that library? We'll discuss in the next. Clear? So that is user-defined library. You can create your own library. You can store your input data sets. You can store your output data sets. From there, you can access your input data sets and you can store your output data sets. Clear? That is user-defined library. And the permanent library and the temporary library category, we have one library is called work. See here, work is your temporary library. Work is my temporary library. Why we are calling work as a temporary library? Because in a work library, if we store any data set, once you close the SAS system and open again, the data set which you are stored in the work library, it will be removed automatically. That's the reason. Okay. We store any data set in the work library, it will be available only for a temporary purpose until your SAS section is open. Once your SAS section is closed, once you close the SAS section and open again, the data set which you are stored in the work library, it will be removed automatically. Okay, that's the reason we are calling work as a temporary library. Okay, I'll tell you one example here. Again, I'm not discussing about the programming, just see how the libraries are working. For example, in a SAS self library, there's a class data set is there. I want to copy this data set to a work library. Okay. So I'm writing some data set, data. In a work library, I'm going to create a new data set called student. Okay, I call the class one. Class one is my input data set. Set is a copy command from where I want to copy in a SAS self library. There's a class data set is there. I want to copy that one. That's it. In SAS self library, there's a class data set. This data set, I want to copy to a work library. Okay. And I'm going to give the data set as a name as a class. So data, work is my work library. I'm going to create a data set called class one. Okay. Here set is the copy command. From where you want to copy? From SAS self library, class data set I want to copy. Semicolon run. Okay. So just run the program. See the log. There are 19 observations you are reading from SAS self library class dataset. In the work library, class one dataset is created. It has also 19 observations, 5 variables. See, you copy the same dataset. All the 19 students, name, sex, age, height, weight. So here you created a dataset in the work library, correct? Now this is the temporary dataset. Why? Because you close this SAS tool, open again. So whatever the dataset you stored in the work library is called class one. You can't, it will be deleted automatically. That's the reason we're calling the work as a temporary library. It will be available only for temporary purpose. Okay, clear? So this is what Explorer window. So this is not much required, file shortcuts, Explorer folders. So your Explorer window is equal to accessing your input data sets and also going to store your output data.
Whenever the data has to be stored, whether you have to go for the option for saving, save that option, or else automatically it will take save.
Okay. Two things, okay? Saving of data set is different, saving of program. For example, this is, you are writing something, right? This is all is program. Right. This is in editor window, whatever you are writing, this is a program. You want to save here, you can save it here, okay? And next I'm going to tell over those things as well. So here you can save. For example, your class, let's say 8 a.m. I'm going to save your class notes as a morning batch 8 a.m. See, morning batch 8 a.m. See, there's a program got saved here. Morning batch 8 a.m. Okay, you can save the program here. Saving of data set is different. Okay, so here how you want to store, whether you want to store the data set in the work library, it will available only for temporary purpose. If you want to store the data set permanently, so what you have to do, you have to create some user defined library. You can create your own folder. There you can go and store. That time it will be available permanently. Okay, how to create this user defined library, I'll tell you in the next class. Clear? Storing of data set is different, storing of program is different. But understand?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, so in this navigation, 2 more points we'll discuss and we'll close it. Here, new means new editor window you can open. Open means we can open existing programs. For example, 7 a.m. batch class notes I want to open, you can open it here. Okay, existing notes I can open, existing programs I can open. Save means you can click the save button, you can save it. So this is an undo button. You can do undo whatever you wrote. This is submit button, we already discussed. After selecting the program, you can see a submit button. Here also you can see file. New program is new editor window will open. Open means you can open existing programs. Okay, you can save the program. Import data and export data. We are going to discuss separate chapter called proc import and proc export. There I'll discuss these things. If you have some external file, you can import it and you can create a data set. Or else you have some data set you want to export, and if you want to create some Excel files, any external files, you can create it. So there I'll discuss these 2 parts. These are last 4 or 5 programs which you have opened recently. Those things it will show here. Okay. Okay. Here in a Word document or in any PDF document, what shortcuts will use? Same shortcuts will work here as well in editor window. Control C for copy, Control V for paste, Control F for find, Control H for replace, and Control Z for undo. Same shortcuts will work here as well. In general, what shortcuts will use? Okay. View. Okay. For example, by mistake, if you close any editor window, any log window or output window or any explorer window, if you close anything, you can come and open here. Log, output, contents only is not what explorer window. Okay. We can come and open here. It is not much required for us. Here also you have submit button. Which SaaS version you are using, you can check here. Clear? Okay. So these are the things you have to know before we are starting anything in SaaS 2. Clear? So SaaS 2 majorly contains 4 windows: editor, log, output, and export. Clear? That's it. So that's it for today. Any doubts? So every day notes I will send. Okay, don't hurry to write your running notes. Every day I'll send a notes. Okay, so I'll copy like this in the Word document. I'll send the notes to everyone. So what do you guys do? So please ping your email IDs to my WhatsApp. Immediately I'll send the notes. Every day once the class was done, immediately I'll send the notes. Okay, like this for every batch I'll send the notes. Even if it is based on advanced SaaS or a clinical SaaS. Okay, I'll send the notes every day. So 90 days you're going to get a mail from my end. So don't concentrate on writing the notes while I was explaining. Concentrate to listen the class, because anyway every point I note it down and I'll send the notes. So every point I'm noting down, right, for your notes purpose only. Okay, I send these notes. Okay, please ping your email IDs in my WhatsApp. I'll send the notes right away. Fine. Okay. If no doubts, we'll continue tomorrow. So tomorrow a few more topics we'll discuss, and after that I'm going to send this tool and some books as well. Okay.
Can I have your WhatsApp number, sir?
Okay, your good name? Sorry, I didn't see your name.
This is Ashok. This is Ashok.
Ashok.
Yeah.
Okay, so my WhatsApp number. Okay, you are from Raghu.
I'm from Kukatpalli, like VR80.
Oh, from VR80. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
My WhatsApp number 9533-27760.
9533.
9533-277. Oh, sorry. This is my personal number. 851.
Sorry, just a minute.
99
851. 851.
99 99
9977
601.
Yeah.
Okay. You can message me your email ID also in the notes.
Okay.
So your name Ashok, right?
Yeah, myself
Yeah,
Ashok.
yeah. Ashok. Okay. Okay, fine. I'll speak to you later.
Right. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Others, anyone have any questions? Any questions in the today's class? Okay. If no questions, please ping me your email IDs. That's in the class notes. Tomorrow we'll meet at 8 o'clock. Okay. Thank you. Thanks everyone.
Thanks.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks, Sudarshan.
Sudarshan,
Thank you.
Yeah.
the